Hello and welcome, I'm Niko, and it's been a long time since my last video. For that I'm sorry, I had a new job and I'd rather do regular updates than as and when. That's always annoying for people. I probably should have given you an update, but now I'm back into it. These will be coming up regularly. I've got a new game for you. I will go back to Elder Signs Omens, I promise. Don't worry about that. Totally doing it, totally looking forward to it as well. I've got Nara-Letep, the ancient Egyptian evil, so I'm going to definitely enjoy that as soon as I can beat him, because currently he's thrashed me twice. I might show you one of those games. One of them I got so close, but unfortunately was denied right at the last bit. Anyway, I'm coming in to do this. Plague Incorporated, yeah, exactly, that's what it is actually called. Plague Incorporated Evolved, which is a tablet port on the Apple Store and Android. Very successful, first released in 2012 with expansions in 2013 by a guy called James Vergan, based out of London. It's a very good game, I'm told. I haven't played it myself, but over 200 million games have been played with it and 25 million units have been sold. So, very cool. This is the PC version and you can get it on Steam Early Access. So big health warning with this, it's not remotely finished yet. It is playable, but very limited. You've only got a little section of the main campaign currently out there. You can pick it up for $14.99 or your regional equivalent. Oh yeah, also, the name of the company making this, Endemic Creations. Well, what else? Endemic, I should say, which, I mean, if you're going to make something about spreading plagues to the whole human race, zombies, brain worms, rashes, all sorts of stuff, you're going to have that name. It's great. Anyway, let's head into it. I'm going to have a look at the options first to see what's there. The interface, you can change it between normal and simple. Just cleans it up a little bit. I like it on normal because I like a bit more information. You've got auto pause, which is quite handy. Basically when you go into an information screen, it pauses it rather than keeps running. Extra pop-ups, well, yeah, I mean, it's just a bit of extra tips and narrative. I suppose I could turn that off. It would be annoying for you to see all those things popping up all over the place. Okay, right, nice audio selection here. It's a strategy game, so you don't expect to see like more than this, but master volume, music volume, and SFX. Try saying that 10 times fast, but anyway, the fact you can adjust these around, nice. So if you're playing on speakers, then you put your headphones in and you want to adjust the volume in-game, no trouble at all. Okay, resolution. Yes, well, you've got a great range here. Yeah, that's everything you'd expect. Doesn't go up to 4K, unfortunately, but never mind. I'll just click out of that. Anti-aliasing, you've got multi-sampling up to 8 times, you've got windowed mode, you've got dynamic effects and particle effects. It's a fairly simple strategy game, so you don't need more than that, and it's nice to see all of that. You've got controls, which are fully rebindable if you wish to rebind them. But yeah, okay, let's see, what else could I change? I haven't really used any of these keys because I find you can drive it completely with the mouse, but if we wanted to, I can. Oh no, there's just alternatives. I tell a lie. I thought it was rebindable. Maybe that's a feature coming in later. I'm sure I saw that on the forum somewhere, but maybe not. Anyway, you've got a fairly logical setup here. I haven't found I've needed any of these at all. I've just driven it completely with the mouse and been perfectly satisfied. Now, it's going to have quite a large multiplayer component and social media tie-ins. As you can see up in the top hand corner, you've already got that in. Now, what you can do is not much currently. What you've got is the single player campaign. And what you've got in the single player campaign is bacteria. Everything else is locked. As you can see here, you've got viruses, funguses, Neuralax worms, parasites, prion disease, nanovirus, bioweapons, immune plague, hidden plague, unlimited plague, and the necrotovirus, aka zombie disease. Right. As you can see here, we're going to play a bacteria. There's nothing else to play currently. And also these unlockable sort of bonuses you can insert at the beginning to your organism, which give you all sorts of interesting sort of characteristics and stats to your bug. You are playing the disease. You are trying to kill people, well, or at least spread. That's a slight criticism I have of the game. Living creatures don't really have an agenda, and evolution doesn't really drive an organism to want to destroy its host. So that does seem a bit sort of odd. I can understand a zombie plague as a bonus, but the mechanic behind this slightly worries me in the fact that it seems to be designed around the concept of a bioweapon. If someone was designing it in an evil lab or a volcano, no problem. The idea of like bacteria having ulterior motives I find like slightly perplexing. Anyway, let's get into the game. It's pretty fun. You've got 4 different difficulty levels. You've got at the bottom, a rather unique one. No one washes their hands. Research doctors don't work. Sick people given hugs. Right. Up from that, you know, 2/3 of people wash their hands. Doctors work 3 days a week. Sick people are ignored. Brutal. Compulsive hand washing. Doctors never go home. Sick people locked in prison. Mega brutal. Genetic drift impacts evolution, so you lose bits and pieces as you go along. Doctors invest in research, random medical checkup. So I suppose what we can do is go on to normal and go through here. We're going to call this Niko 4. I've played a couple of games before this. I've yet to wipe out the human race. You're a new bacteria. To win, you must evolve and spread across the world, wiping out all humans in the ultimate plague. Select a start location. Right, that's fairly evident. Well, where shall we go? Shall we go to India? Yeah, let's go to India. And here we are. I'll just click into our disease. Here we are. We've got various mutations we can get here for different types of things. So you've got birds, rats, livestock, mosquitoes, blood contamination, water and air. And you can upgrade those, and these are various sort of symptoms which increase, as you can see here along the bottom. You've got infectivity, severity and lethality, and all of these have an impact. Right, moving on to these. We've got abilities trait, which affects how tough your organism is, I suppose. Effectively, bacterial resistance and environmental resistance. So, right, that's all of those. And there's just down here, yes, our plague has infected the first person. Oh, 2 of them actually. And here we have like all the states in the world. Like this shows you the little biohazard symbol here. It shows that India is currently the only country in the world with infection. All the ones with the great big heart icon show functioning countries, and pretty much everyone's healthy. And there you've got the world population at just a shade under 7 billion. Now, if you look here, you've got a skull icon which indicates dead, and that can include countries if their infrastructure collapses. Now, you can also use this to toggle, like where you've got dry areas and wet areas, and where are cold areas and various bits and pieces, toggle humid countries. Yep, let's see. Toggle rural, toggle urban. Yep, that basically gives you an idea of where your creature's going. Right, yeah, London Olympic mystery. You get a lot of these little fake news items come up. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the London Olympics. Organisers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. Right, slightly suspicious. Maybe it's due to my disease, but considering 3 people have been infected... Oh no, sorry, I tell a lie. Yes, 3 people now have been infected. 4 people now, yeah, it's starting to speed up. Can I do anything? Can I buy anything at all? I can buy a bit of resilience. It should survive a little bit better. Fractionally increased my infectivity. It's really not very severe at all, but as you can see, more people are getting infected. It takes quite a long time early on. You can see all these planes and trains moving around. Not trains, boats. Why do I keep calling boats trains? I don't know. But anyway, pylons vital to a high-tech society. Right. Okay, sustainable electricity supply. All these various things do have a role. The more resilient a country is, the less easy it is to knock it over with social breakdown. Now I have to keep popping these buttons because they give me a little bonus. This is a bit of a hangover from a tablet game, as you can understand. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, that bit is in there, unfortunately. But it is massively less stupid than your average tablet port. Still, it does have some annoying features of that. Okay, I'm going to improve my air transmission, see if I can get this thing spreading to other countries, maybe on an airliner, for example, since there's a nice airport there in Delhi. Okay, right, let's click on that again. Click, click, click. Festival of Love. I wonder if I can infect people through kissing. Transmission, let's see, symptoms. Yes, let's evolve that. That seems entirely reasonable. Okay. Projectile vomiting. Oh, that would be quite funny to put in. As is, let's go for heat resistance and a little bit of increase with kissing. Right, as you can see, the number of infected is skyrocketing. So obviously those 2 bits were very successful at driving it up in India. It should hopefully be spreading before too long. Right, tsunami hits West Africa. I wonder what caused that. Very few things, maybe an asteroid, since there isn't an abundance of things along there which could cause a tsunami. Or possibly, that big volcanic island off the coast of Africa, which we keep saying is going to one day collapse and cause all sorts of mayhem. As you can see, we're now into China, and China is beginning to get infected. Now, I think what I'd quite like is to get this into rats and mice and stuff like that. Let's see, how many do I need for that? Because all of these have a particular sort of bonus to buff your organism. You can see the effect it has there with the slightly grayed out increase on the infectivity. Let's see, common flea susceptible to infection, increased infectivity, especially in urban regions, and extra mutation, right? Because you can get sort of just fringe benefits from it being more mutable. The in-game disease currency, I suppose you'd call it, well, yeah, it builds up gradually over time. It doesn't seem to scale with the number of people infected. It seems to scale with new locations being infected. So that does seem a little bit odd. I do have a few problems with the game mechanic, though I still find it fun, so I'm kind of willing to forgive it a little bit of this. Right, let's see, we should have enough to get it into rats. Let's go for rats. Let's see. Right, we're going to get projectile vomiting, so slightly more noticeable. You're playing this game of basically spreading as much as possible, but without freaking people out enough to actually start researching a cure. Right, so we get insomnia, possibly related to throwing up all the time. Let's see if we can get into something else, maybe birds. I think we're going to go for sort of animal transmission more than anything else. Right, okay, it's in America. I wonder if it's going to spread further. Yeah, looks like it's spreading there, happily. Okay, it's into Japan. Excellent. It's spreading all over the place now. As it spreads country to country, let's see, spread it into livestock as well. Is anyone... Right, not many people are prioritising this whatsoever, which is quite useful. As you can see, it's flitting all over the place. Let's see if we can increase. Okay, I'm going to go for it affecting our domesticated livestock. The London Olympics is back on. Will people bring the disease to the UK? It's already there. As you can see, it's moving along all over the place. I'm going to see if I can increase its toughness. Right, a little bit more. Excellent. Right. Well, people enjoyed the London Olympics. Oh, right, we've got diarrhea now. Let's see, has that made it lethal in any way? Not yet. Okay, right. Symptoms, abilities. I'm going to... Oh, actually, I might go for increasing its toughness to the maximum extent there. As you can see, it's starting to spread all over the place now because it's now... Right, and we're getting deaths from the disease. Right, okay. Now I'm going to evolve bacterial resistance. Now that should start to spread it in the wealthier Western nations. And this does become a bit of a click fest at this point because it starts to go all over the place. Right, as you can see, I'm getting more transmission. I'm going to up the point there, and I'm also going to evolve a bit of defense against research. I haven't really started researching yet, but if I can slow them down before we really get going, that would be good. As it, wow, right, okay. Right, okay, let's push it up in birds. Right, yes, excellent. We've very nearly got the, yeah, and global warming is helping us out. As you can see, it starts to develop its own little tricks without me intervening. So I'm just going to go for, I'm going to evolve that and see if I can get it into more ships. Whoa, yeah, here, click, 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 click. Yeah, just caught those. Right, that's right, okay. Right, okay, that should ensure that this thing will move across national borders, even if, right, and make it a bit more able to spread in cold countries as well. This is, of course, the insane bit about it, in that you can have a bacteria which can do everything, and the thing is, with life forms, often they will pay a price for a new evolutionary trick. Most mutations are not going to be to the benefit of an organism, whereas in this game, every mutation is awesome. You just get more and more. Maybe if I play this again on a harder difficulty setting and post a video, I'll see if it's a bit more realistic on that. Maybe I'm playing it in kind of the, you know, simple mode, and therefore not really getting the full effect of it. Now let's see. Right, okay, I'm going to up its bacterial resistance there. That should really... Right, South Africa shuts down airports. There. Yeah, there we go. United States, boom, done. I've got a ton of people infected there. Now, achievement unlocked, brains. I haven't spawned any zombies. What's going on? Right, okay, I'm going to evolve a bit more. Right, okay, we've only got a limited set of symptoms yet. It's Walking Dead. Right, okay, that explains that. Walking Dead Simbo combo. Insomnia and anemia are causing people to walk around grey with tiredness. Right, okay, so economic crisis. Right, okay, right, that's, and we're of course getting a lot spread in colder countries now because of that latest mutation. Now, let's see, what can we do? We've got some more to spend here. Now, do we start destabilising countries with more severe symptoms? Or do we make it less likely for people to find a cure? Right, if we do that, I think after this point we're going to have to go all out for symptoms. Right, USA closes all ports. Yeah, countries start to shut things down after a little bit. Right, give everyone a rash. Increase severity a little bit. Right, the world's working away on a cure, but hopefully... Right. Okay, we're getting a few extra bonus ones because we plonked a load of stuff into... Yeah. Right. Okay, so Japan is working mainly on the cure. Now, if you click on these little blue icons, it will slow everything down. Right, the whole world's focused on it because it is a very serious plague at this point. Now, luckily we slowed them down beforehand. Let's see if we can get paranoia going. So we've got a Walking Dead thing going on and a few paranoid people. Excellent, it's rumbling along quite well. Yes, bottle smashing. I think if we click into here, we should see that there's not a single country uninfected, and we've killed something like 115 million, so that's good going. That's, well, good going. That's the very opposite of good going. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre playing from... Yeah, so we're getting a few more extra abilities. It's mutating quite rapidly, and every mutation makes it more effective. Yeah, not like in nature, where often mutations will make it less effective. Shame I can't click these planes. Anyway, let's see if we can get something else. Is there anything we can spend our coinage on? No, not yet. Yeah, you kind of get to a point because it's based not off the... Let's see. There are no healthy people in the world. Also slightly improbable. Right. People are paranoid. Okay. Another little mutation thing. Yeah, because with everyone infected, you should be getting more mutations, but now it's slowed down, of course, because you're not getting new countries infected, which makes this simulation somewhat suspect. As you can see, loads of people are infected, loads of people are dying, but... Right, okay, coma symptoms. As you can see here, we could go for hypersensitivity, or we could go for... Oh, probably that was a bit pointless. Anyway. Yeah, Balkan states begin to break down at this point. Unfortunately, I haven't developed enough nasty symptoms to really knock countries over yet. Let's see. Right, now the cure starts to come in and you can see the countries being cured. It takes a little while for this to work through. Okay, yeah, as you can see there, numbers going down really, really quickly, incredibly quickly, far quicker than it would be in reality. So, all in all, is it a good game? Yeah, it's kind of good for a casual game. As you get more game modes and you have the added sort of competitive aspect of competing with friends to try and wipe out the human race or spread zombies, yeah, at the end of it you get this nice civilization style sort of recap where you can see the infection gradually spread across the world and reap its sort of mayhem upon the earth. Now, you also get the sort of little news like how long it took to get eradicated or whether you get the win of knocking out the human race. Yeah, it's a good game, but I think very much the case of like wait and see, because at the moment I can't really recommend it. There isn't enough to recommend. In a few months' time, I'll probably revisit it, do another video, and see then. If you really like this sort of game, or you've played it on the tablet and you want to play it on the PC, then by all means pick it up. It might well be in a sale later in the year. It should be quite good fun, especially with the zombies. I mean, who doesn't want to sort of preside over a zombie apocalypse? From the comfort of your living room. Oh well, never mind. As you can see here, the plague's spreading across the world and you get to enjoy all of that. You know, with, I don't know, whatever bacteria drink to enjoy themselves and toast their success. Anyway, that's Niko. Like us in the links below, or subscribe to the show. I hope to be doing a couple of these a week. And yeah, nice to be back and nice to see you. Okay, goodbye and high fives to everyone.